Yes guys, what's going on? So today I'll be going through how to make the most amount of gains that you can, to gain as much muscle as you can in the shortest amount of time. I'm often talking about how to lose body fat, but today I'll be teaching you how to make the most amount of gains, because the more muscle you have on your body, the better your overall body will be once you do start losing that body fat, alright? Right, so the first point I'm going to make is quite simple, making sure that you are starting your day with a source of protein. In my opinion, I feel like this will make things much easier for you to achieve your muscle building goal. If you are waking up at 8 o'clock while you're having your first meal at say 12 o'clock, it's going to be much harder for you to hit your protein intake. Reason being, protein is such a filling macronutrient. In my opinion, what I'd rather do is have a source of protein as soon as I wake up. This way it'll be much easier for you to space out right throughout the day. It'll be much easier for you to digest. Next one, learn how to endure pain. Training hurts, accept it. There's times that back in the day, I was a little bitch when it comes to training my biceps. I hated it, it hurted. And I used to stop way more than I should have, okay? And then I used to complain that my arms weren't growing, okay? Once I stopped doing that and started to learn how to push through that pain, that's when I started making significant progress with my arm training, for example. So make it hurt and enjoy it. Okay, next point, I thought this one's quite important, is learn how to cook. Some of you are not cooking, all right? If you're relying on eating out all the time, number one, calories are going to be much harder for you to track if you are tracking your calories. Number two, protein might be slightly off in terms of the portion size that they're going to be giving you, as it's not profitable for restaurants to be giving out large amounts of it. If you're, for example, going to a cafe and you're ordering a tuna sandwich, that cafe is going to make that can of tuna stretch as much as they can by mixing mayo, sweet corn, onions in it, whatever. They'll make that one can turn into 4 different sandwiches, and before you know, you're only going to have, say, 11 grams of protein. If you're doing that 2-3 times a day, you'll be doing your absolute bollocks in, spending money on food. Okay, so learn how to cook the basics. It's going to help you for the long term. Stop trying to cut and bulk at the same time. If you're a beginner, it'll work for you. If you're not, then unfortunately all that's going to make you do is just stay in the same place. Do one thing, commit to it consistently, and then do one thing afterwards. I can't stress enough about patience. If you compare fat loss and muscle building together, you will look like a completely different person after, say, 3 to 6 months of going through a fat loss phase, as opposed to building muscle. We've all seen that picture of the pound of fat next to the pound of muscle, right? Good things take time, trust the process. Right, and the last thing that I'm going to say, guys, is you have to enjoy what you're doing, okay? As I said before, building muscle does take time, so you have to enjoy it, man. Like, I've been doing this now for over 16 years, and it doesn't feel like that because I enjoy every single session that I do. I enjoy the way that weight training makes me feel. Okay, and I'm in this for the long run. I'm gonna be here forever. Weight training is the best form of exercise that you can do. All right, that's me done. I'm out.